All right, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in 1/3, and Lord's will this lesson will be edifying and exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Baha Rakak Kodash. The Wada Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, forgive me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, the Lord's judgment against you know who. Okay, so pretty much I was in Psalms 137. All right, I was watching the beloved brothers, the elders and brothers out there in Dallas, and I was watching their live, and they had started reading Psalms 137. So the Spirit jumped on me to go into the commentary, which then led me to, I believe, 1 Samuel 15, and I went into that commentary. And pretty much even within the commentaries of the scholars, all right, they understand to a degree, okay? They understand that the Lord has judgment specifically for Edom, okay? Esau, Edom, Amalek, all right, and the descendants of Esau, in so much that it speaks about future judgment pertaining to Esau, Edom, okay? And just going to do that, all right? We do have camp today, so this lesson isn't going to be too long, but it's just on my spirit to jump into this. So without further ado, okay, let's go right into here. So I was in Psalms 137's commentary. Okay, and you can start at 1, which I also wanted to. I wanted to start at 1, but I really wanted to get to the point because what I was doing was I was looking up information pertaining to how Esau, Edom, all right, he partook in the help of the overthrow of our temple, Jerusalem, when the Babylonians, okay, besieged us. Esau was there, which then led me to, in the time of when we fled out of Egypt, okay, while we were fleeing, guess who was there? Esau, Edom, okay, even in that time, all right, and I'll actually go into it, but I kind of want to start with Psalms 137, then we're going to jump into other commentary. So this is Psalms 137 and 1 and 7. It says right here, singing about the nations, okay. It says, remember Edom, remember, O Lord, against the sons of Edom, the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it to its very foundation. Okay, this is the mindset, all right, that Esau has when it comes to the nation of Israel. And it says the psalmist directed his words to Yahweh, asking him to remember the people of Edom. And right, that reminds me of what's that, Ecclesiastes. And this whole lesson is pretty much going to be what it says in Ecclesiastes. Is it 8 and 15? Let me see real quick. Right here, 8 and 11. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Okay. It says, though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, which fear before him. Exactly. Okay. It says, but it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And this is the point right here. Okay. These 3 verses right here, all right, is the synopsis, if you will, of this lesson, because this is the relationship that Esau, Edom has had with us, all right, and judgment hasn't been executed speedily, even though there was times for judgment, it wasn't fully fulfilled because ultimately prophecy. Okay, you want to know why Esau, Edom wasn't taken out through Saul's hands? It was prophecy. You want to know why Esau, Edom wasn't taken out in the time of Joshua? It was because of prophecy. Because you have to understand that the future daughter of Babylon, all right, coincides with the rulership of Esau. This is why Esau is ruling now in the latter end, and he's ruling the empire of Babylon. Okay, now it says it says Edom, the people of Edom to the southeast of Israel, right? When you go over here, okay, and you have the map, so you have the kingdom of Edom, okay, and they're south of who? Judah. And then you see right here, you got Moab, all right, towards the rising of the sun, okay, still east, which is spiritual. Moab, who is a so-called Chinese, they're east from us, even in our land, okay? And then even in the scriptures, it says that Moab is from the land of the pretty much the sun, the rising sun, and that's even a fact to this day. So let's go back. A lot of good information. There's a lot of good information with the scriptures that what we read is history. Okay, when you're reading Genesis, Exodus, Joshua, that's all history. First Kings, Second Kings, this is all history. Okay, so even as we're reading here is history. All right, we're still in history. History's still being laid. All right, but what the Bible is, it tells us past, present, and future. Okay, so there's a future events that's going to take place for who. All right, and it says for their conduct during the conquest of Jerusalem. In this case, the call to remember was a call to oppose and to judge. See, it was a call to oppose and to judge. Look, Obadiah 1:11. And there's certain scriptures that we read where there are events that already happened, okay, where they're actual accounts. Like this is an actual account right here, all right? It says, in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, right? The foreigners enter into the gates of who? Us, right? And it says, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. See, Esau, Edom has always put himself in a position to be judged. All right, the spirit that Esau has been designed has been to be dishonorable. Okay, now in Genesis it says that there are two nations in thy womb. This is true. All right, this is true. All right, but what you're seeing here is, even though we're two nations, they were still born as brothers. But Esau, Edom, all right, had an evil eye towards his brother, all right, as a stranger would. Okay, pretty much the Cain and Abel spirit, basically. All right, literally, it says, even thou was as one of them, right? Like you actually have that where you'll have two brothers. I seen a video where it was two brothers and they were in two opposing gangs, and his own brother wanted to try to kill him for another gang. Okay, so there's a real spirit that can separate even brothers. All right, but now we understand that we are two nations. You have the Edomites and the Israelites, but at this time, okay, they were what? Jacob and Esau, which Jacob's name became Israel. But even in the midst of that, you see that Esau's hatred towards his brother's descendants was as if, there's no relation. Okay, but that's the enmity. Remember in Genesis when it says the enmity. But let me keep going. I want to get really more into the meat of the matter. It says, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother. See right here, it's even saying it. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, and the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. And that's the spirit that Esau comes in, is rejoicing at the fall, okay, of Jacob. But this is why the Lord has set it up to where there is a prophesied counsel of destruction that has already been set in play for not only Edom, but also for Babylon. And I'm saying that because in Psalms 137, it speaks about Edom, and then it goes into the daughter of Babylon. And I'm going to show you how it ties all in. And it says neither, which also proves that the judgment for Edom that we read about the prophetic judgment of desolation hasn't happened yet. It says, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gates of my people in the day of their calamity. This is why we're reading this in Psalms 137, you see? And in the book of Obadiah, it's being prophesied and why this judgment is coming upon him. It says, yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. But guess what? He did this before. He did this before. As we were coming out of Egypt. Okay, so time and time again. Okay, time and time again, Esau has been there. All right, when a major events have taken place pertaining to us. Okay, even like now, Jacob's trouble. Who you think is going to be a partaker, if not the main progenitor, okay, of this prophecy is going to be Esau. Esau is going to be the main key player, okay, in this. You see, because before, all right, it was the Babylonians, or before that, it was the Egyptians. You see, oh, even before that, in the time of Ammon, we had to deal with Esau. When Esau didn't let us through out of Egypt, we had to go to the land of Ammon. And then later on in the book of Judges, we got questioned why we went to war with these certain Ammonites, and we had to explain because it was Esau. Okay, so Esau's always in the midst causing a problem. All right, when it comes to us, this is why in our kingdom, after his punishment is fulfilled, he will be done away with as a nation. It says, neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape, neither should thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. So look at this, okay? So you're cutting off those that escaped, you're delivering up those that remained. You see, this is the relationship that Esau has had with us, all right, through our captivities. Now it says, check this out. It says that the Idumeans, Edomites, joined the army of Nebuchadnezzar against their brethren, Yahweh, right? Against their own brethren. Okay, so you don't think that there is a council that has been brought forth to bring ultimately the end of you? And it says, and that they were main instruments in raising the walls of Jerusalem even to the ground. Now check this out. It says, where is it? There's a point I want to show you. It says the Edomites were a sister nation to Israel, having descended from Esau, the brother of Jacob. They should have supported and sympathized with Jerusalem when the Babylonians came against it. Instead, they enjoyed Jerusalem's agony. See that? Esau enjoyed our agony. They get off on it. Okay. And it says, and wanted the cities to be completely destroyed. So what's that mean for you? If Esau, Edom wanted our city to be completely destroyed, what you think the Lord's going to do to Esau and his cities? All right. That's what's coming for him. Now, watch this. It says the word foundation implies more than the actual foundation of the walls of Jerusalem, right? Because when you think about it, when the Lord commanded us to build the Ark of the Covenant, the Lord said, there will I visit you. So Esau wanted to destroy the foundation of the Lord visiting his people. Because look, watch what it says. It says, as it also pertains to the Most High established order in creation, in his rule and his election of people to himself, the Edomites were hoping for the destruction of the foundation of Yahweh's rule on earth. This is what Van Germeren states right here, that ultimately Esau wanted to destroy, okay, the foundation of Yahweh's rule on earth. This is the mindset that Esau has, okay, to fight against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. This is the spirit that Esau comes in, because he's still Cain, you know. Remember it said, if thou doest good, you know, it should go well with thee, but if thou doest evil, sin lieth at thy door. So this man is a habitual line stepper, okay. And matter of fact, Psalms, check this out. Oh, real quick. Psalms 50. Okay. See, they have an idea. All right. They have an idea of Esau, Edom, but they leave it at, you know, as far as Rome, or, you know, sometimes they'll mention America, but they don't mention Esau in modern day. This is Psalms 50. And because the Lord left that secret for his prophets. Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, unto Esau, But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? See, Esau wasn't set up to be a priest of Yahweh Bashem El Shai. Esau wasn't set up to teach the world of Yahweh Bashem El Shai, because he gave that service to his men, all right, of the nation of Israel. That's why it says we are a kingdom of priests. But check this out. Look, seeing thou hateth instruction and casteth my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, that then thou consenteth with him and has been a partaker with adulterer. See? So Esau, Edom's whole MO has been against Yahweh Bashem El Shai and even against the Lord's people, in so much when Esau sees the Lord's people in calamity, instead of helping, he joins the fight to overthrow them. So you don't think that the Lord doesn't have judgment against you know who? The Lord's got judgment against you, man. Okay, and it's coming in our lifetime. All right. Now let's go further down. It says, it is horrible for neighbors to be enemies, worse for them to show their enmity in times of great affliction. Now look, now immediately after that, it goes into what? Judge Babylon, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Happy the one who repays you as you have served us. Now look, it says the psalmist directed his words to future generations of the Babylonian Empire, giving them notice that they themselves will be destroyed in God's judgment. It is interesting that the psalmist did not make this a prayer to the Most High as he did regarding Edom. No, it's the same. This prayer is the same of Edom and Babylon. It says, perhaps he regarded the judgment of Babylon to be so certain that it didn't need his prayer, only his pronouncement, especially in light of other prophecies, which is beautiful. But what this is this is all rolled into one. Esau, it goes from, remember, Edom and what? Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. Now, I want to show you something. Okay, when you go into future events, all right, check this out. So Jeremiah, well, let's just do this. Let's duplicate this. Okay, watch this. Jeremiah, let me show you something. The same prophetic judgment against Edom is the same prophetic judgment against Babylon. Just like I said, remember the sons of Babylon, also remember the daughter of Babylon. Jeremiah 49 and 20. And then we're going to compare and contrast. Watch this. Jeremiah 50. Watch this. So very next chapter. But watch this. Jeremiah 50 and 45. Okay. So Jeremiah 50 and 49. Therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord that he has taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he has purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. And mind you, when you look at ancient, the least of the flock didn't draw Babylon out to be destroyed. The Persians came in with a precision of a strike, as Elder Pastor Har would say, because that same night when the destruction, or the overthrow of Babylon happened, when the writing on the wall took place, and then there was an overthrow. But look, at the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved. That didn't happen. And the cry is heard among the nations. That didn't happen back then. See? So right here, there's a prophetic judgment upon Babylon, where the least of the flock's going to draw them out. And then there's going to be a great noise that's going to make the earth move, in so much the other nations are going to hear. Now check this out. Jeremiah 49 and 20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he has taken against Edom. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he has taken against Babylon. Right? It says, and his purpose that he has purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. It says, surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall. at the cry, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. So right here, okay, the earth was moved at the fall of Edom. Right here, the earth is moved at the fall of Babylon. Who's ruling Babylon today? Esau, Edom. So the future events of the Lord's judgment for you know who is going to befall Esau, Edom, ruling in what? Babylon. Okay, like it says, the psalmist directed his words to future generations of the Babylonian Empire. Okay, now from there, let's go into this. Okay, because the Lord remembers what Esau has done. The Lord remembers. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I want to keep that just in case I want to go back. Let's go to Joel, okay, and 3. Why is war coming? For what has happened to the Lord's people. Joel 3, and give me a moment while I find it. Okay, let me just see real quick. It's right in here. The judge, put your sickle. Let me just see. Oh, look at that. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they've shed innocent blood in the land. For I will cleanse the blood, not be cleansed. It's right in here. I thought it was. But basically, the Lord is letting you know that judgment is happening for what you've done to the Lord's people. Okay, let's just see. It says, right here, verse 2, Joel 3 and 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, the Middle East, and will plead, judge, Mashaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom you have scattered among the nations and part of my land. So right here, the third woe is going to be, all these nations are going to be brought because all these nations are guilty for what they've done to the children of Israel. That's why in Jeremiah 25, it says this. Jeremiah 25 and 13, and it says, and I will bring upon the land all my words, which I have pronounced against it, even all that is written in this book, which Jeremiah has prophesied against all the nations. If you want to know why there's going to be a third woe, because all these nations have a guilty part to play in the downfall of the nation of Israel. Okay, and all these nations still have us in captivity, chiefly Esau, Edom, who has refused to let us go. For many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also, and I will recompense them according to their deeds and according to the works of their own hands. See, for thus saith the Lord, power of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink. See, so all these nations have to drink of the cup of the Lord's fury. And they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them. Then took I the cup at the Lord's hand and made all the nations to drink unto whom the Lord had sent me. To wit, Jerusalem, we drank, and the cities of Judah, and the kings thereof, and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation and an astonishment and hissing and a curse, as it is this day. Exactly. And I was just going to say that even unto this very day, we are still drinking of this cup. And that's why it says in Jeremiah 49 about Esau, like, you don't think that you're not going to drink, because Esau has not drunken that cup. Okay. Now Esau had a deadly wound, but it was healed. So has he really drinking that cup yet? No. Jeremiah 49 and 12, for thus saith the Lord, behold, days whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken it. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. See, verse 10, but I've made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, his seed is taken, and his brethren's taken, and his neighbors, and now he has become naught. See, that's what it's talking about. So we're in a time where the Lord is about to bring this judgment upon you know who, but it's also going to be upon all nations. But even though it's going to be upon all nations, there are specific prophecies that are going to play out, as in Esau will be a desolate wilderness, moreover than, let's say, Ammon. But Ammon's still going to be judged because the Lord is bringing this to all nations. Now going back, okay, it says, look, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and his servants and his princes and all his people, and all the mingled people, and all the kings of the land of Uz, and all the kings of the land of the Philistines, and Ashkelon, and Azah, and Ekron, and the remnant of Ashdod, least of the flock, Edom, and Moab, and the children of Ammon, see? And all the kings of Tyrus, and the kings of Zidon, and the kings of the isles which are beyond the sea, Dedan, and Tema, and Buz, and all that are in the utmost corners, and all the kings of Arabia. This is the third woe. And all the kings of the mingled people that dwelt in the desert, and all the kings of Zimri, and all the kings of Elam, and the kings of the Medes, and the kings of the north, far and near, one with another, and all the kingdoms of the world, which are upon the face of the earth, and the kings of Shishak shall drink after it. Therefore, thou shalt say unto them, this is what we're telling you, proclaim war unto the Gentiles. Joel 3, that's why it says, proclaim war. We're done with 49. I'd like to go back, but I probably will. Jeremiah 49, Joel 3 and 9, proclaim this among the Gentiles, this king, that king, your king, these princes, right? Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. That's why this third woe is going to happen this way, because all the Lord is gathering all these nations that he wants them to drink of his cup of fury. So this is why, okay? Now go hold where is it, Jeremiah 49? Because there's a beautiful precept in that. Actually, let's go here. All right, let's do that. And just drop this. Go here. Now if we go down, let's leave it right here. See, as also Edom. Okay, so now we made that point. Okay. Now let's go into this. It says the counsel of the Lord has against Babylon. Is this the one I wanted? No, I want this. It says, I want to show you a little bit. It says battle against Amalek, right? Remember the Lord commanded Saul to come against Amalek. All I need is 1 through 3. It says, Samuel also said to Saul, Yahweh Bashim Shai sent me to anoint you king over his people, over Israel. Now, therefore, heed the voice of the words of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I will punish Amalek for what he did to Israel. See, I will punish what he did to Israel. Remember Esau, Edom. Remember what he did when he said, raise it. How he ambushed him on the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and attack Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and do not spare, but kill both man and woman, infant and nursing child, ox and sheep, camel and donkey. It says Samuel also said to Saul, this was a message from the spiritual leader of Israel to the political and military leader of Israel. The message was clear: punish what Amalek did to Israel, utterly destroy all that they have, and do not spare them. The Most High clearly told Samuel to tell Saul to bring a total judgment against the against Amalekites, right? It says the Hebrew word is used 7 times in this account. The idea of total, complete judgment is certainly stressed, but why didn't it happen? Because of future. There was a future empire that Esau needed to rule over us in, and that is Babylon. And it says, this explains why Amalek should be judged so completely. Centuries before this, the Amalekites were the first people to attack Israel after their escape. See? Exodus 17 and 14. And the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nasi, right? So, and then look, Deuteronomy 25 and 17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when ye were come forth out of Egypt, how he met thee by the way and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee. So if you notice time and time again, okay, there is accounts that happen between us and Edom, and the Lord brings forth the judgment he wants done, but the judgment isn't going to be fulfilled until according to prophecy. This is the time we're in now. This is why Saul, okay, ultimately didn't destroy the Amalekites, because there was future prophecy that needed to play out, which is going to play out here in Babylon. So the Lord has judgment for Esau, Edom, and it's coming. It says the Amalekites committed a terrible sin against Israel when the nation was weak and vulnerable. The Amalekites attacked the weakest and most vulnerable of the nation. See, we read that. They did this for no reason except violence and greed. God hates it when the strong take cruel advantage over the weak, especially when the weak are his people. And then it pretty much goes on even more. Okay. Like I said, it was a good read. Okay. It was a good read. But look, it says, though God no longer calls his people to take up arms as instruments of his judgment, it does not mean that the Most High has stopped judging the nations, but we cannot suppose for a single moment appointed to that final day. Throughout history of the world, the nations have been standing before Hamashiach's bar. And it says Nineveh stood there, Babylon stood there, Greece and Rome stood there, Spain and France stood there. The Great Britain is standing there today. And also, who came out of Britain? Babylon, America. One after another has had the solemn word depart, and they have passed into a destruction which has been absolute and terrible. So now we're waiting on the judgment to happen to this Babylon. See, that's why I read Jeremiah. So I'm going to end it there. I just wanted to touch on it. But as you see, Jeremiah 49 and Jeremiah 50 and 45, the counsel against Babylon. Jeremiah 49 and 20, the counsel against Edom, are the same exact judgment. And I will end it here. Jeremiah 49 and 17. And it says, also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord. No man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. So there you go. Okay, so this explains, all right, this explains why the judgment or prophetic judgment you see for Esau, Edom plays out the way it does. And then we see through time, okay, why the Lord is judging Esau, Edom. And we see that today, okay? And we see that the prophecies that we read about for Esau have not been fulfilled yet, okay? So they can't tell you that these prophecies have been fulfilled yet, because when in history has Esau, Edom fallen like Sodom and Gomorrah? Or when has Babylon fallen like Sodom and Gomorrah? So the Lord's judgment against you-know-who is coming. So I just want to do that real quick lesson. I pray that was edifying. I'd like to say call law, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, Shalom.